Hey, this is CP Smallwood, and welcome to Wildcat Behind the Page, where we take a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the comic book Wildcat, as well as my general thoughts and ideas and beliefs, whatever else is going on in my life. So it's kind of half making of the comic book Wildcat and half vlog. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I got some pretty cool stuff to actually show you today. I know the last couple of videos might have been kind of a little bit of boring or whatever, and sorry, I regret that. But, I'll get into all that stuff here in a little bit. But first, let's talk about all this cool stuff that I got laying here on the table, on the kitchen table, my new office. So, anyway, this is a cool sketchbook that my coworkers got me. It's one of these Walmart sketchbooks, and I don't know, it's probably like anywhere from $5 to $8, I would guess. I don't know, I'd have to look. It's just nothing but blank pages. But I've started, sketching in it. Not much is actually in the sketchbook as of yet. But pretty pleased with how, everything's going. And I'm thinking about, putting some stuff on this side of the paper. So I want to fill everything up in the sketchbook. I'm a bit concerned about, like the pencil marks, like, being smudged onto the opposite side of the paper, So I was thinking about, maybe writing, putting some philosophy stuff down on the opposite side of each sketch that I do, quotes and stuff that I really like. So that way I think, this book will have a lot more extra meaning, so you can actually sit and read it and, look at the pictures. That's just a thought I had. But anyway, as I said, I've really not done too much sketching wise in this book because I ain't had it long. This was a early Christmas gift, I guess. This is what I'm working on right now, and I promise you it doesn't look like much, but I'm just now starting to do the, just kind of work it out. So that's all I want to show you of this sketchbook. The next thing I want to show you, I'm being super secretive here. I bought this off of Amazon, and it's a blank comic book, variety templates, whatever. I think, Marshall actually did a video. Marsh Makes Comics. I think he did a video about this kind of same thing where he had like different kid starter packs, or just anybody can actually use one of these. I didn't, honestly, I haven't watched it yet. I've been a bit busy, but I thought it was a bit of irony that at the same time I ordered this book, he had a video up about it. So great minds think alike, you know what I mean? So all this is, it's got 110 pages, and if I can just get this thing open, usually I don't open stuff up that crude. I like to flip. I'm a flipper. This book belongs to whoever. And then there you go. That's all it is. It's just nothing but empty panels. And it's a different variety of empty panels too. And then it gets into some pretty absurd panel layouts the further into it you get. Stuff that looks like, look at this. It's like, what the heck am I going to draw to go in those panels? You see what I'm saying? But then, it's got traditional stuff. So the cool thing is, you could probably take and scan this or photocopy this or whatever, be handy. But I don't think I'm going to be that meticulous. I think I'm just going to, sketch in this, draw, focus on my storytelling is what I'm saying. And not worry about so much about being fancy or submitting anything to an editor or worrying about submitting stuff to any people that watch my YouTube channel or any of that crap. You know what I mean? It's not crap, but you understand what I'm saying. Just focus on me being a better artist, if that makes sense. So now let me show you what I wanted to show you, okay? This is a package I got in the mail. I had ordered this, and this is my comic. This is the first rough draft of my comic in print form. Now, it's in black and white. and it has no lettering, nothing like that, just black and white. So some of you may say, why did you have your comic book printed in black and white when it's in color and it's not even lettered yet? Well, the thing is, I'm wanting to figure out all of the, what do you call it, all the ins and outs of printing, I guess. You know, I figured this is the best route to go about it. It cost me $6 altogether. The actual comic book was about $1.60 something. I can't remember how much it was to print, and the shipping and handling is what actually costed more than the book itself. So $6 altogether to buy this beauty, and I just wanted to kind of figure out what all I needed to do to make sure of the utmost print quality, because there's a lot of different things that you have to look at, like you have to convert your files over to RGB, and you have to worry about the sizing and cropping and making sure that nothing important gets cut off when it gets printed, and yada 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 yada, right? So let's not talk about it anymore. Let's actually look at it, you know. Let me get the rest of this crap out, okay? So, first of all, this came with it. Let me get my voice on.
A whole new world of comics. Indie Planet. Print on demand and digital download. Thousands of comics from hundreds of independent publishers.
Yeah, pretty cool. Nothing on. Oh yeah. Here's this on the back. This just talks about what they do printing wise, and this is about you can upload your comic book to Indie Planet, where people can, I guess, download it or buy it. You know, a hard copy of it. Anyway, this is the order form, and cost $1.67. Shipping and handling was $4.69. I placed the order on 12/7/2018, and it finally shipped on the 17th. So it took about 10 days for this to, you know, all get figured out. And here, the item, it's Wildcat, best comic book ever. Standard comic, black and white, cover type, full color, inside and out. Page count is 24, quantity is 1. Kablam ad, if you put a Kablam ad on the back of it, which is the name of the company that printed this, it makes it cheaper, so yes, it's on the back cover. Page subs, new order, I don't know what that is. Well, I guess, I don't know, whatever. So, yeah, okay, let's look at the book itself. Let's look at that. Now, the book is a little mangled. That's not because the book looked pristine when I first got it. Okay, it looked in good shape. What happened was my son Cooper, who's going on 2 now in February, he got a hold of it twice. Once when I was trying to do something in the kitchen, and he just reached on top of the table, was able to reach it. And then the other time when I let my wife look at it, and then she wasn't paying attention, let him grab it as well. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this cover came out. I know you can't really tell because of the lighting, but I assure you it looks pretty good. It's actually, this is a little darker, slightly darker than the actual file, the actual digital file. Now, there is one problem with this cover, and it's right here. I want you to look at the fingers. So you see this gold thing? This is his thumbnail, okay? And that is where the original image ends, going across here. So what they've done, for some weird reason, they've overlapped. They kind of printed his fingers again, so like there's this disjointed finger business going on. So that's weird. I did send a message / email thing about that to ask them why this is, because that's not good. I'm not mad at Kablam for that. You know, it could be my fault somehow. I don't know. But I like to figure this out, and this is the whole reason that I did this, that I printed this issue, to figure this stuff out beforehand. And also, I noticed this a little bit of white edging. So when I get free time, when the whole book is colored, I'll go back and then I'll recolor these little white marks here to look more professional. Okay, so let's look at this. Look at that. Doesn't that look like a comic book? Isn't that cool? I wonder if there's a way that I can prop this up and then get that glare off of there. Now, first of all, I do have a interior page design for this right here, but I don't have it professionally done yet in GIMP. I've only done it in like Paint, so yeah, so I didn't bother. I just told them just leave this blank. But yeah, the paper stock is all identical to the cover. Same paper stock as the cover, as the interiors. It's about this thick. You hear that? It's sort of like, it's smooth. I don't know, it's kind of like the label, a little bit slightly thicker than the label that goes around a soup can. It's like, this is like the same material, I feel like. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This is a comic book. Check this out. This is the real deal here. I'm sorry about the glare. Now, I'll tell you something cool that Kablam did. I was waiting for this to be a big issue. I realized that the double page spread, once I did my mathematics, and I'm not the best guy to do mathematics, but once I did my mathematics, I realized that the double page spread would not lay out correctly. So I needed to put in something that would make everything line out right. This is actually a mock advertisement that I was going to put together. You know, this isn't the final advertisement, but I am coming up with advertisements to use to promote the book when the time is right, you know. And this was actually in color, and they went ahead and did this in black and white themselves. So they went and fixed this themselves without asking me. I'm not mad about that, and I actually think it's pretty cool that they did this, because it saved a lot of time, you know, and I did choose the option black and white. The only thing that should be in color is this. So yeah, really, really cool. Now, this actually looks a lot better through the phone than it does in person. I don't know if you can tell, but we'll try it. Let's see here. All right, the camera is fully focused. Now, you noticed how things look blurry? It's not the camera. That's how it printed. It printed blurry. And it's on this double page spread only. Let's see. You see that? You see that pixelation? And I don't understand why that is. And so that's sorry about that. That's my only two problems with this whole book is this down here and the way this came out, the double page spread. I'm very, very happy with this middle section. I was concerned about that, how it would look, but they did an excellent job on making sure that everything came together in a really good way. So that was really cool. So I don't know about whether this blurry pixelation on these two pages only is because of something I've done or if it's something that they've done. I don't know what happened here. But anyway, let's continue. I sent them a message about that too, in the same message. I tell you something else interesting is when I use the borders of the borders outline on the drawing paper that I use, it really helped to make sure everything stayed within frame, so nothing in my comic actually got cut off. You know, everything is as it should be. So that was really, really cool. Now, I know this looks like it's cut off, but this is exactly how it is on the big paper, pretty much, if I'm not mistaken. So that is really cool. I mean, you know, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I mean, it's a comic. Look at that. Ain't that a trip? And, you know, as I flip through it, it makes me feel more confident in what's going on, you know? Yeah, yeah. And then here's the back thing. Look at that. It's got an advertisement on it already. I made it to the big leagues. So yeah, this is I've been looking forward to this. I'm very happy with this. Um, so my only problems is this weird finger thing at the bottom, and all these other pages turned out great. And I appreciate Kablam doing what they did with this, because this was originally in color and they took the time to do it in black and white. So that's really cool of them. But this page came out pixelated somewhat and blurry. So not happy with that. But I feel like it kind of takes away from it, because the rest of this artwork looks really, really crisp. I mean, if you zoom in, there's no pixelation. So there you go. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Just talk about a few quick things, and then, you know, we're done. We're finished. Well, basically, I haven't made too much progress on the coloring end of this book. I'm still coloring the stuff, and the reason it's taking me so long is I'm not a colorist, and I'm having to learn to color. And then sometimes on some pages that I color, I know that they suck. Okay, I know that the colors on the pages suck on some of them, not all of them, on some of them. And when it's like that, I get concerned, and I have to take a little bit of extra time to do it right, because, you know, I want to do the best job that I can as humanly possible, you know, because I want to make something that people may actually want to read, you know, and enjoy. And then I think once I start to letter it, things will start to go a lot more quicker. It will be a bit monotonous, you know, depending on how much dialogue I write. Yeah, the lettering is going to go, oh gosh, so much smoother than the coloring has. I'm really curious how this is going to look printed in color, you know, so that's going to be awesome. And I'm curious about the lettering too, because that's going to be another issue. Like, I want to make sure that the font size is correct, you know, so when people read this, that it looks like a comic. And so I'm really happy with how everything's turning out, how everything looks in this, and I feel like I've actually made a comic, you know. Does that make sense? Because at what time I'm working on it, all I see is a lot of amateur stuff on my end, you know. Stuff, you know, like, I hate this ground the way it looks, but dang it, it still looks like a comic book, you know what I mean? That's the craziest thing. But yeah, this is real deal, you know. I am working on my book. This is going to come out, no joke. I'm getting closer and closer, and you know, every day, you know, I'm working on my art. I'm working to be a better artist, so that way when I work on the second issue, it's going to be better than the first. So I'm working on anatomy. I'm working on, I haven't got to perspective yet, but I'm working on my ladies, making sure that my ladies look good. I'm working on a consistent style. Working on my storytelling and all this other stuff. So I got a lot of stuff going on. So anyway, this is a 19-minute long video. Sorry I haven't written everybody back or commented on any comments that people's left me in the comment section, or really talked to a lot of people here lately. I've been sort of busy, and it's just been, you know, difficult. Where my son is turning 2 years old in February. I guess they call it the terrible twos. He's a really, really wonderful child. But the only thing I can say is my boy is very curious. He's Curious George, and he's into everything, and it's just constant 24/7 thing. So it makes it very difficult to do this stuff, you know, to make time to do it, because he wants to get involved too. You know, he wants to grab the laptop and tinker around. He wants to grab all of Daddy's pencils and and tinker around and draw my stuff, and you know, I understand it, you know. So anyway, yeah, we've reached the end of the video. I appreciate you taking the time to watch all this and listen to me talk about stuff, and I hope I didn't bore you too bad. And as always, leave your comments in the comment section down below. I do read each and every single one of your comments. Please be patient with me. Whenever I eventually do get back to replying to you, usually it takes me anywhere from 2 weeks to a month to reply to everybody. It's a little bit of laziness, and it's also a little bit of just, you know, I'm busy. And I thank you for everything. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, at any rate, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And this is CB Smallwood, and I will see you in the next video.